I got a question for Craig and Igor. I take it you two kind of have been a driving force working together for quite a long time. I see you guys are in a band called Archaic Decapitator, and I actually checked that out. That shit was pretty awesome.
Thanks, thanks, dude. It's
problem.
Definitely more straightforward, like melodic death metal.
But it had a lot of speed to it. So I guess my question was, okay, you guys hooked up for this new project. What made you decide to go doom and slow things down? Was you trying to get more feeling involved behind those?
Igor smoked weed for the first time.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
The next album will be very different. But no, it's just something that I've been doing on the side, while we were still in Archaic, because I've always been a huge fan of atmospheric music in general, not just metal atmospheric music, like Tycho, for example. I listen to that shit all the time. But it's just something that I experimented with, and I was going to use this song for an Archaic album, but it was so different that I was just like, I'm just going to start this other side thing, which I've never done before. And then, shit just kind of came together on its own. And I was like, it'd be cool to talk to Christian and Craig. And Christian and I have never played in a band before. We've been friends forever, but Craig and I have been in bands since we were kids, basically.
I was living out of a van for like a month, and then I came to one of their shows, and their bassist didn't show up. And he's like, "You can play with us." I'm like, "I don't fucking know your songs." He's like, "Yeah, just figure it out.
It doesn't matter.
It's just bass, bro.
I know that feeling, man.
Speaking of Archaic and what's Engraved, right? The other one that you guys did.
Yeah, that's the old.
Are those
one.
still ongoing bands, or?
Nah, man.
I was gonna say now with the success of Fires, is that just phased out, or was that already?
No. Yes and no. With Archaic, it was tough because we've never been able to keep a steady lineup for one reason or another. And
revolving door of rhythm guitar players, man.
Rhythm guitar players and drummers that could blast cleanly at 230, 240. So it was just tough. And toward the end of the last EP, it just going to practice kind of started feeling, to me at least, like a chore. So I was pretty satisfied with, the work that we did in it. And I was just like, I just didn't have any more in me for that particular band. So I just kind of,
it was time to move on.
Yeah, there's no reason to fucking push it.
Dude, Prosthetic totally put the nail in that coffin, though.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, maybe. But no. I think we broke up before Prosthetic came around.
Well, I mean, that's really what sealed the deal, man. We're like, all right, we got to come into this. But
what?
It's just easier to play Fires. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just feel like you can rock out.
Necessarily easier. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit slower, but there's definitely technicality in its own right. But the thing is,
Jordan plays drums. He makes the parts work instead of the normal rock drummers.
Yeah.
It just feels more fluid.
Thanks, man.
And it's we're not really too concerned with fucking up live. Because it's just you just I don't know, you just kind of fall into a pocket when you're playing this kind of stuff. So
yeah, that's understandable.
What was that? What was the because I mean we got the email from Prosthetic basically, and what was your guys' reaction when that all went down? Because I can tell you what ours was like.
He can tell you about that.
This guy thought it was bullshit. This guy thought it was complete bullshit.
That's what we thought.
So did I.
I didn't think it was bullshit.
I did. I was like, this is a scam.
No. That wasn't the case. I think they followed us on Instagram, and Craig was just like, I should reach out to him, and I was like, don't fucking bother.
Carpe diem, motherfucker.
Yeah. So, and then he was just like, fuck you, Igor, I'm just gonna do it. And
dude, that was
kind of glad he did.
Fucking pissed off, man. It's right after COVID, everything was shutting down, and it was just like, all right,
yeah.
Let's make the best of this shit castle.
Yeah, what the fuck? What do you got to lose, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, so how did Prosthetic get a hold of that? Did you guys do any kind of pre-release, or did you reach out to them first?
We did do a PR cycle, but that's not how they found us, though. They found us through, well, you probably know better than me.
Well, so the Brimming Horn Meadery which if you guys like reach out to them, make good friends with them, man, they are very, very well connected in the metal community.
Didn't they make beer for you guys too?
They didn't, but I have a couple bottles of their mead in my mini fridge right here. They hooked us up when we joined the label as like a welcoming gift. Yeah, very cool guys. So yeah, say no more. We know what you're saying. They're definitely cool guys. And so they put the bug in Steve's ear, right? For you guys.
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, like they talk to Steve all the time, and yeah, that's it. Just kind of fell into place, man. Like he heard one of our promos, and I guess they're like, yeah, you know, like we need some good metal death bands, and I think that's when they reached out to you, and they reached out to us, and hey, here we are, right?
Yeah. Well, congrats again on the success of the album. It's actually it's a banger for sure, and you know everything that you guys have received for that is well deserved.
All of this shit's unexpected. You know, like we never planned for any of this. So.
Well, the thing that sticks out to me about the album of you guys, it's extremely seamless. Like it's almost like a story from start to finish. Like it's almost like one song throughout the whole album. I really enjoyed it.
Well, it's because Igor listens to Queen.
Well, yeah,
Is that what it is?
Brian May's one of the best guitar players of all time. But yeah, it's it kind of reminds me completely of, but it's that Insomnium album. What was it called? Winter's Gate. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
Insomnium.
Oh, it's
That's
so
a good comparison.
Yeah. That's a pretty seamless.
not
album.
nearly on that level, but it's just like the fluidity of it, I guess. But
Yeah.
Hey guys, Steve figured out how to talk. He's connected to the audio finally.
All right.
And for anybody else who's in here, man, like we don't want a monologue. You guys are welcome to talk and hang with us.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
Mary,
we're here to
come on,
party.
Steve.
It's New Year's.
Cheers, brother.
Steve, what are you drinking, man? I saw a pretty gnarly glass of something in front of you.
Oh, we can't hear him, dude.
Can't
I
hear
can
you,
see
buddy.
it. It looks gnarly.
Oh no.
And he's connected by phone, man.
I don't know what it is, but it looks good.
He's excited about it.
Let's see if we can read lips. Is that the Sam Adams? What is it?
do sign language, Joe.
Yeah.
Give us a sign.
Smack some twisted
We
tea.
can't hear you, man. It's definitely not.
Got any note cards you just like hold up?
Whatever it is, it looks refined.
Yeah.
It does look
Does.
like
It
It
looks
does
like-
look refined.
like upper crust, pinky out in the tulip glass.
Hi, Dom.
Definitely high ABV, whatever it is.
I feel like a peasant drinking out of a can.
Oh, dude.
That's right.
Pinky up!
That's Pauly
Pinky up!
style.
They always make fun of me because they're always doing these fancy beer cups, and I'm just over here slamming cans,
Yeah.
man.
How is that beer, Paul?
It just tastes like a regular IPA.
Oh.
Are you guys into beer at all, or are we just like huge fucking nerds that
Nah,
Really
dude. Well, I'm into
We're not
IPAs,
picky.
Sorta.
We're not picky, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I love
IPAs,
that.
I'm at the point in my life now that I'm over,
Awesome.
30, where like, dude, it just fucks with my head.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
for New Year's it's fine.
Yeah, but I love beer, man. I'm not picky at all, though.
That's all right. That's a good way to be. It's
Mhm.
kind of a blessing and a curse to be picky about what you drink.
I don't know, man. I like black metal, but I never got into Burzum.
No?
Dude, I can't do it, man. It's
I'm
just,
with you. I'm with you, Craig. I never did either. Derek likes them, but
I don't really. I'm not a huge fan, but what's the album where they're blowing the trumpet on the yeah? Which one is?
I don't
that?
know what that's called. Was it with an F?
Jailhouse
that-
Fuckfest 19.
Yeah, that had decent ambience though. Like I like music. I mean, Fires in the Distance reminds me of that. Like you can put it on in the background. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's just a really nice ambience. Not too
Yeah.
many albums do that.
Like it's
Yeah.
atmospheric.
Yes.
It is atmospheric in all the good ways. Jordan, you joined in what? Was it October? Or it would probably be before that, right? When you actually
Oh my god, what month? Yeah, it was after the album. But it
October's
was
when you guys announced it. But I was going to ask, has the dynamic of the band changed? Obviously, you're going to say yes for the better, but I just want to hear like how things are different now, if anything, with the new member.
I mean, Jordan's fucking awesome, dude. Like, he's just got a really unique way of playing, like, way different than any metal drummer I've played with up here. You know, like he's very smooth. Sorry, man, I'm going to talk about you like you're not here, but
Yeah, I'll leave.
Compliment. That's all.
no, dude, it's really easy to play with Jordan, man. Like when we first started jamming, it's like, yeah, did this dude sew in the pocket? It's just like, you're on time, you know? Whereas I think a lot of metal drummers focus sometimes too much on chops, and just like, instead of chops, you just got to chop wood sometimes. That's okay. Be in the pocket.
I broke more sticks, I think, than I ever do.
Oh yeah,
guys.
I almost got a fucking skip in the eye one time.
Yeah, I almost killed Igor.
That was just like splintering all over the place.
You got some drumstick shrapnel in the eye?
I almost did.
Oh God!
Because this dude hits so hard.
That'd be a good stage look though. Eye patch though. Come on.
Yeah,
dude.
Pirate Doom metal.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, now, Jordan, do you hit harder because the music's slow and more epic? Like you just want to crack that fucking snare like a lot harder
definitely.
than sure.
Yeah. I feel like, I'm just like, because it's got to be, it's slow but intense. I'm like, I've never played slow and intense. So
honestly, dude, it's way harder than playing fast. Playing slow with feeling is way fucking harder. And any drummer will tell. Kai Hato from when he was in Swallow the Sun, he told me the same thing. He's like, dude, it's so hard to play slow.
It
is.
I always thought about like playing a slower blast beat. Is that like more difficult than playing a faster one? Yeah. Because I've heard people tell me different things about that. But,
I don't know.
I think it's harder.
Maybe I think so, for like being clean, but I don't know. I feel like I got these big fucking fingers, so like playing blast beats in the first place is like these things aren't made to go like
it's not bragging
that fast. So
hey, so Igor. Speaking of playing slower, I think playing guitar slower is more difficult because even Paul was like, dude, what the fuck's the matter with you? I can do runs like all day long on the recording, but when it came to just a slow, tight chug, I was having difficulty doing that.
Yeah, you second guess yourself. You're like in the moment too much because you can't your mind is inside the time between the notes.
Right.
Yeah, when the tempo is slower, you just can't really think about it. You just got to feel it out. You know what I mean?
Well, I heard a musician once say that the space between the notes is even more important than the notes themselves. So I think you guys nailed that on that album.
Oh yeah, I would agree with that for sure.
It was a new experience for sure, man. Dave can attest. Like, just we're used to playing fast music, and it's just like it was a completely different animal, man. Like when I was doing bass, I had like 2 or 3 ideas for certain parts. I'm like, dude, which one sounds best? I'm like completely out of my element here.
Well, we did talk about the space issue. I mean, it's awesome that Derek mentioned that. The space in between notes was something that I specifically worked on with the guys, and we talked about we got to make these spaces matter because it's a feature of the music. And to that point, Jordan joining the band has been fantastic for me. Doing the Live at Telefunken show was my first time actually getting to work with Jordan, and him hitting so hard and annihilating that snare drum every single time. That makes my job as a mix engineer and a recording engineer so much easier. It just transmits the vibe of the songs way better than if somebody's just whispering on the snare drum.
Right.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
That's the key. Big, fat, heavy snare drum. That's what every producer wants in their life.